Well, welcome everyone. We're gonna keep an eye, my team and I are gonna keep an eye on the waiting room to continue accepting people. So sorry for the distractions if we have to stop to admit people. But basically, welcome to the National Applied AI Consortium first meeting ever, pretty much. This is a brand new initiative that launched October 1st, and we launched understanding that we have to do an info session to explain what the consortium is, what are the resources that we offer. So we're super excited to have this first meeting, and we got over 90 RSVPs. So we already have over 50 people in this call. So it's great to see that just launching this initiative, we have so much traction and so much interest across the nation. And we heard in introductions like people from all over, especially community colleges, which is the main purpose. So as you can read on the title, it's really empowering community colleges nationwide to train the AI workforce. So we're super excited to receive funding from NSF to make this happen. So the purpose of today's presentation is really to talk about what the consortium is, what are the opportunities to engage for community colleges, for faculty, for industry, and of course, how to be in contact with this consortium. And here we are, speakers for today. Eduardo, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Eduardo Salcedo, or just Ed, if it's easier, rolls off the tongue easier. I'm a faculty member for Miami-Dade College and the PI for the National Applied AI Consortium, or, NAAIC or NAAIC. We're very happy that you're here, and I'll be discussing part of the faculty sections. I know Antonio is going to start. Every one of us here has a particular section, but if you have questions in regards to the faculty side, I'll probably be your point of contact for that. Welcome, everybody.
Cynthia? You're muted.
Yeah, that would work. So thank you. My name is Cynthia Pereda, and I am the new NAAIC director. So I just came on board 2 weeks ago and so excited for all of the traction that we've already been making and all the exciting things that we actually have for you guys. So thank you.
And Anne, please.
Hi, I'm Ann Beheeler. I have had the privilege of working with Miami-Dade College and the other partners in helping get their AI programs going. And I have worked with the National Science Foundation for a very long time. Latest thing that I'm working with is the BELT model, which is a high employer engagement model that we've used at Miami-Dade College. And we are using it for this national consortium. And I'm excited to work with this group.
And my name is Antonio Delgado. I'm Vice President of Innovation and Technology Partnerships at Miami-Dade College. I'm the co-PI for this National Applied AI Consortium. So very happy to be having this conversation with you all. What is the agenda for today? We're going to have an overview of what this consortium is about. And it's going to expand into the specifically first item from this consortium is to create a national AI business industry leadership team, and she's going to expand on what that means and how to engage with that team. Second, we have a unique AI mentorship program that Cynthia is going to talk about because it's specifically for community colleges. And Ed mentioned already that he's going to talk about all the faculty initiatives that we have in place to support faculty to teach artificial intelligence. And of course, we're going to leave you with our contact information so you can be engaged. Now, before going deep into the consortium details, we understand that there is an info session this is an info session for us to share information, but we also want to keep time to hear from you and questions that you might have. So we will do our best to go through the presentation first and then leaving question at the end for you to ask any question. So who is behind this consortium? There are 3 colleges, community colleges in the nation that have already developed and implemented artificial intelligence degrees, either associate in science programs in AI or full bachelor's 2+2 degrees in artificial intelligence as community colleges. So Miami-Dade College, where Cynthia, Eduardo, and I are working from, Maricopa Community College, Arizona, like the first institution ever to develop an associate degree in AI in partnership with Intel, and Houston Community College, the first college to develop a 4-year degree robotics oriented, and doing amazing things already with their graduates. So the three of us got together to create the idea of not to create something new. The reality, the three institutions were getting many questions from colleges, faculty, administrators, how you have done what you did. How can we learn from you? What are the resources that are you using? What is the curriculum that you have developed? So we were getting a lot of questions and we wanted to help, but we didn't have the capacity to really have a team dedicated to help other colleges. So we got together, we applied, or we actually developed a proposal to the National Science Foundation. So we want to help colleges, or specifically community colleges, to develop their own AI degrees the way that we have done it. We want to share our experiences, our best practices, but also our failures. And NSF gave us the opportunity to get funding to launch this consortium. This is just the beginning of something bigger. We want to really have a national center to be able to have more funding to help more colleges. But we're starting with this consortium as a way to prove, like, yes, there is enough demand of colleges that want to do this type of programs. And this consortium can help as the avenue to help develop the faculty, to help create the mentorship that is needed. So what are the goals from the consortium? Basically, this is the beginning. With this funding that we received by National Science Foundation, specifically the ATE program, Advanced Technology Education, we're able to start with these initial goals. And they are very ambitious, each of them. The first one is to create the National AI Business Industry Leadership Team as the arm for industry engagement, that we receive feedback from industry, from experts in AI, to channel where should we go in the development of 2-year programs at community colleges, specifically 2-year programs. Of course, understanding that some colleges can offer also 4-year programs. Dr. Anne Hitler is going to go in detail about that specific item. You're going to hear from her with everything that needs to be known about the build process and how we are capturing that feedback from industry. The second point probably will be the most important, is how many colleges in the nation are developing AI degrees now, or at least thinking about developing their own AI degree? And it makes sense because that's what everyone is asking. Industry is asking for people with the skills. Working professionals are asking for skills. And the next generation is asking, what should I study for the future? Should I study just AI? And then colleges are pretty much the best position. Community colleges are the best position for workforce development, in particular about AI, or at least that's what we think. So we understand that this is difficult when there are no books and there are no guidance and you're starting from zero. Like, you know, it's something new that is happening right now. So how to develop that program? That's the key element of this grant that we got from NSF. How can we provide mentorship to those colleges? So we're going to expand today into what that mentorship means, how we are starting this mentorship process, what is the application process, who is eligible to apply, and all the details on how to make that happen. Next, we have, of course, you can have an AI program, but then who's going to teach that program? So we recognize how important it is to have faculty ready to teach artificial intelligence. And we are not talking about hiring brand new faculty that come with AI expertise, because honestly, we are still community colleges. And AI expertise is at a prime right now, where unfortunately, as public institutions, we cannot compete in salaries for these type of positions. So our best approach is how can we upskill our existing faculty? How can we elevate the capacity of our faculty to teach artificial intelligence? And if we're lucky enough to bring people that want to give back with their AI skills, great, beautiful, but that's not easy and it's not the norm. So we're going to focus a lot on offering AI training, like boot camps, train the trainer, any way that we can help faculty nationally to get skills to teach artificial intelligence. But we're not going to do it alone, because we're not coming from an angle of we are the experts for everything happening in AI. We're going to do it in partnership with key companies that are building the technology, and they're building curriculum to help faculty teach artificial intelligence. And that's going to be on my next slide. But just to complete the goals, we also wanted to create a community like this one today. Like, we have 65 people on this call, and there is a reason for that. Everyone on this call has a goal related to AI and in some kind connected with higher education, and ideally with community colleges, which is our focus. We want to create a community of practice for all of us on this call and even more, to create a group that connects with each other. It's not just one college that gets selected for mentorship. It's not just faculty professional development. It's a community that connects with each other, that can share best practices, that can learn together, that can go through a speaker, that can help guide what we're doing, and pretty much, help communicating with each other and helping each other as a collective group. Community of practice is going to be open for anyone to join, and we're launching that in November, so that's coming soon. What is already available through the consortium? Number one, we have mentorship that we're going to explain how to apply. If you haven't seen that already, we have training that has an application as well for selection. And community of practice is not gonna have any type of application process because it's really open for anyone that wants to join. Finally, part of this funding from NSF is going to help us host an annual summit about artificial intelligence. Because at the end, you still need that in-person connection. That's when you build meaningful relationships. That's why you can go through a training in person. And that's when you can get, keynote, sessions and speakers about artificial intelligence at a community college setting. And we're going to be doing that once a year. And it's going to be at one of the 3 institutions that are leading this consortium. We have the first one coming in Houston Community College. It's going to be in 2025, dates to be confirmed. But great news is not only that we're going to host the summit, NSF gave us funding to help pay faculty with a stipend to travel to that conference. So we're going to come up not only with, here is the conference, but we're going to come up with opportunities for faculty to apply to receive stipend to attend this conference for free. So, and the conference is free, by the way. It's just a stipend to be able to cover travel expenses. So as you can see, it's a lot of multiple points, and this is just the beginning, but we are coming aggressively. We launched October 1st. We started October 1st, basically 16 days ago. And we're already coming with all this plethora of resources because we have been outside of this grant. We already have been working on this. And we wanted to give as many colleges and faculty and administrators with an opportunity to jump really into AI, and the faster, the better, because this is happening right now. So I mentioned our partners. We're working with key industry partners that are very aligned, very aligning to what exactly where we're going with community colleges and AI teaching and AI learning. We are aligned with the content that companies like Microsoft, Intel, and AWS are providing. And those companies don't need introductions. You know who they are. They're building technology, and at the same time, they're building resources, curriculum, or training for faculty to understand that technology and to be able to teach artificial intelligence with their technology or about their technology. Each of these, especially Microsoft, Intel, AWS, they are going to be an integral piece of everything that we're doing. Actually, the first training for faculty is about the AI 900 certification. That's Azure AI Fundamentals. And it's going to be free for faculty because Microsoft is sponsoring the whole training. And I will disclose these details, but basically NSF gave us funding for 40 faculty that will receive training. And Microsoft said, why 40? Here is funding so you can do 200. So actually, we're encouraging faculty, 200 faculty, come on, this is free, train the trainer, certification. Eduardo is going to share more details, but basically that's the level of commitment that we're getting from these companies. Seed AI is a different kind of company. They're more in the policy side. They are working closely with Congress, and we understand that we need to have a voice in Congress as well, because community colleges sometimes are not the voice is not there, not necessarily getting funding. So we are partnering with them to make sure that the voices of community colleges are heard. When there is a bill about artificial intelligence, we can potentially get some funding aligned with what we're doing in community colleges. So these are some partners. I saw in the chat someone mentioned CompTIA. We're working closely with CompTIA. They're not listed here, but we are working with them on the new certification. And that AI Essential certification is not public yet, but we want to do the first train the trainer for that certification. Is going to be through the consortium for faculty. I'm not talking about students. So that's the type of activities that the consortium is going to be building for you, for educators, for community colleges, to bring those opportunities at no cost for the faculty that want to really go and take the certification before anyone else, and then you can pass that to the students. So that's what we're building, and this is just the beginning, first month, but it's gonna be continuously upgrading with new opportunities, with new training, with new chances. We're gonna get there at the end, but if you haven't registered for the newsletter from the consortium, you should, because that's the way to stay communicated on, to know what's happening and the opportunities that we're releasing. So if you haven't done it, you can visit the website. We're gonna get there at the end
Hey,
of the
man.
presentation. And if Cynthia or Anne, if you can add the website for the consortium, at least people know where to find to subscribe for the newsletter. So that's the overview. I'm gonna pass it now to Anne to explain what exactly is built on, do we have members already? Anne?
Thank you. Yes, we have members already, and I'm so excited about our founding members. And we have some more that we're about to accept. The National Business and Industry Leadership Team is essentially a business advisory council with very, very strong employer engagement, and it's on a national level. It's an elite team of AI experts. It supports and guides our consortium in all that we do, and I'll be facilitating it because I'm the creator of the model and have worked with it for a very long time with great success. You can find more information on our website about this, and we're also accepting additional applications for membership in this group as we go along. Could I go to the next slide? What's the commitment for the bill? Well, it's going to meet quarterly to identify the requisite knowledge and skills for future workforce-ready graduates from two-year AI programs. We will be creating the pro forma list of knowledge and skills that this group will address from what the three major partners in the grant have already done. And then the way the process works, we will work with them. They will prioritize those knowledge and skills, and we will discuss the results of their electronic vote to prioritize those skills and go forward with their information. The resulting knowledge and skills will be posted on the website. I know several of you have asked me for the Miami-Dade KSA list, and you'll be able to get that sort of thing very shortly. In between the annual knowledge and skills meeting, we will have emerging trends discussion, because newsflash, this is an emerging technology. It is changing every day. I don't even want to say it's monthly or yearly, it's every single day. We will be disseminating every bit of information that we get to the two-year programs that also want to do applied AI. Next slide. If you know somebody, or if you are somebody that wants to be involved in our new business and industry team, then please take a shot of this QR code. We are seeking subject matter experts, but not only subject matter experts, we are seeking people that have a passion for developing AI talent through community colleges. Go ahead and apply, and we are going to accept members on a continuing basis for a bit longer. Thank you.
And just one comment that this is very specific to industry, and that's what I asked that question at the beginning of the call. This is not for faculty or administrators to apply to be part of the business industry leadership team, because actually it's for them to give us feedback as community colleges. But if you do have someone in your college that you believe can help guide the national conversation, those are the members that we're looking for.
Thank you for that clarification. Next slide. Ready for mentorship. I'll turn it over to Cynthia.
Great, thank you. So hi again, everyone. So I'm very excited to be able to announce that NAAIC will mentor selected community colleges in developing their AI associate's degree. They'll be leveraging the expertise of leading institutions such as Miami-Dade College, Houston Community College, and Maricopa County Community College, with valuable feedback from the national build, which Anne just spoke about, and resources from key industry partners. The selected colleges will receive dedicated faculty mentors. These mentors will provide guidance and support throughout the program's development. They'll ensure that alignment with industry needs and academic standards. The mentorship is going to go from December 2024 of this year up until next year, August. Antonia, next slide. Great. So some of the key benefits for colleges that are selected to participate in the program, in the mentorship, are that institutions are going to be paired with an experienced mentor to guide the development of their AI courses and degree pathways. So they'll be there to hold them along, like hold them accountable and kind of just guide them around this process. They'll receive assistance to develop their own local built, which, like Anne just mentioned, which it's going to be a key driver to the development of that AI degree. Why do we say that? We want to make sure that this is very impactful to your local community and that it's going to have a true impact into your college and the students that will be participating in the AI degree. This will gain, they will also be able to gain access to a comprehensive repository of AI content and resources, along with direct support from the industry partners affiliated with NAAIC. Additionally, selected colleges will receive guidance on creating plans for recruitment of underrepresented students. And you'll also be receiving priority access for faculty professional development, which Antonio has already explained a lot about different partnerships with different, for example, AWS, Intel, things like that, where we can be able to bring that faculty professional development for their faculty, and then also receive travel stipends to attend the annual AI Summit. Next slide. So eligibility. To qualify, applicants must be an accredited community college based in the United States. This is not for universities looking to develop their baccalaureate degrees. This is specifically for community colleges wanting to develop their associates in AI degree. Institutions must demonstrate full commitment from both faculty lead and senior administrators. We want to make sure that this is something that's driven by that faculty that's going to be bringing the program together, but also with the support of that their administrator, for example, a dean, someone at that level that's going to really be able to make an impact for their institution. Additionally, the college must be prepared to complete the development of its AI program during the mentorship period, and then implement that first AI-related course before the mentorship concludes. So before it concludes in August, they've already completed one of the courses. This ensures the readiness and institutional support for the successful program rollout. Next. So the application is now open. You are able to use this QR code so that you can go ahead and apply. And the deadline will be October 31st. We'll be sending out notifications by November 15th. And then we'll get up and running by December of 2024. So please make sure you apply.
And we will open for questions at the end. So now you can get the QR code, but you can also find all this information on the website from the consortium.
All right, so Antonio did mention this before, but we'll be offering a lot of faculty support, and it will be in terms of either mentors or in terms of resources that our partners provide, and also, you know, opportunities for us to get together as well. So among them, there's trainings, boot camps, train the trainers, collaborations, you know, with industry partners that will be coming over this next few months. And as Antonio mentioned, we'll be starting the community of practice in November, where we will do our best to gather as many people as we can to be able to share experiences, do's and don'ts, and, you know, general ideas as to what we are wanting for our AI degrees. Next one. So the training that we're going to be hosting that Antonio mentioned that Microsoft wants to get 200 faculty to go through is the one that's coming up. And so it's a train the trainer model where faculty will be trained so that they train others in their institutions. It's a 2-day no cost remote sessions that prepare you for the Azure AI Fundamentals certification. and as well as to how to teach towards, implementing that in your curriculum, or even in one of the classes that you may be having, not necessarily right now. You'll have access to resources from the official courseware, teaching resources labs from Microsoft Learn for Educators. And so access to not just that, but the community that comes with it, right? And these are delivered by trainers from Microsoft and include a voucher. As you know, we're trying our very best to provide as much as possible free of charge and more opportunities, so we engage with our partners to do this. And not only do we say, here it is and go, but we'll be providing post-training support. Next slide. And so the deadline for this particular training will be October 25th. You'll be notified by the 28th. And then it happens on the 8th and 15th of November via Teams. And then you have to take the exam by the 20th of December as a deadline. If you're interested in that, there's a QR code for us to join in that training. Yep, there it is, Dr. Carey. We'll leave it there for a little bit.
Yeah, and I see a question about if there is any requirement for faculty to go through this particular training. The only requirement that you are part of a community college that is accredited in the United States. So as we said, for this particular training, this is the first one. There are more training coming. For this one, we will be able to accept 200 faculty. So there is still room. We're still receiving applications. So far, we have received 130. So there is still room for more faculty to apply. And we're also seeing faculty from universities applying. So priority will be given to community colleges. If there are still seats available, then we will expand to university faculty. So any update for people that already submitted an application? I just shared that we have received 130 applications, and we're going to be making the notification by October 28th, because we want to be fair for, we're going to respect the deadline to apply until October 25th. But again, we have so many seats that every community college faculty that applies should be accepted. So now, how to get in contact with us? We have a newsletter that I recommend to subscribe, because again, there are so many things that are going to be coming through the consortium that this is the best way to stay connected. What's happening, what's coming, training, or community of practice, or whatever else comes as an opportunity, like stipend for travel, for example. And basically, how to subscribe, you can go to the website. It's listed here. It was on the chat already. Also social media, of course, everything is shared through social media nowadays. LinkedIn is the social media that we're using because it's professional. This is 100% to help faculty. This is not for PR purposes. No, this is 100% focused on how can we reach you every time that we have an opportunity. And that's also going to be through LinkedIn. But of course, you can also reach out to us. This is not one way. We can hear from you. Recommendations, even something that you did that you want others to know. Like, keep communication with us. This is pretty much the info.